Question 8, start with triangle ABC with A at -4, 1, B is at -8, 1, and C is at -3, 4. Plot these points. So I'll begin by drawing and labeling this triangle. So first point there, A is at -4, -1, and I'm going to -8, -1. So that's point A and point B. And then finally point C is at -3 and -4. So I'll plot this as point C. Oops. And let me go ahead and just sketch this. I don't have a straight edge tool that works well here. I know that sounds awful because it's important to have a straight edge, but okay. So first thing that I'm supposed to do now in A is reflect this triangle across the x-axis to produce a new triangle, a triangle that we're going to call triangle A prime, B prime, C prime, and it says draw this triangle on the graph above, and then what are the coordinates of points A prime, B prime, and C prime. Okay, pretty straightforward. So here's my x-axis, right? This is x-axis, and I'm going to reflect across that axis. So everything's just going to reflect right across there. So B is going to end up at -8, -1, and this will now be B prime. A is going to end up at -4, -1, and this is going to be A prime. And C is going to go to -3, -4, and this is the point C prime. It does say draw this triangle, so let me sketch this. That works. And oops, and this. And let me try and use a straight edge for the diagonal. Okay, so that's what happens after this reflection. Let me correctly write these points down again. A is at the point -4, -1. B is now located at -8 and -1. C is at -3, -4. All right. And then the final part of this question, part D, says translate triangle A prime, B prime, C prime using the translation x, y points get mapped to a new point where x values are increased by 7, so you can see it says x plus 7, and y values are increased by 3. So that should be pretty straightforward. If I look at point A prime, because it does say translate A prime, B prime, C prime, so I'm talking about the second triangle here, not the original one. And it says move A over 7 units. So I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then I have to go up a total of 3 units from there. So it's going to go to 1, 2, 3. So I believe this point right here is at 3, 2, 3, 2, and this is now A double prime. Let's do the same thing for B. I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then up 1, 2, 3. So this point should be B prime, double prime, whoops, B double prime. And then finally, the last point there, C, is going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I'm going to go up 1, 2, and 3. And when I'm there, right, it's nice to kind of look at it. This is not a reflection. It is a reflection of the original shape, but it's not a reflection of the last place where we left off. It's just a translation. So it's kind of nice to look at it and make sure that visually it matches up with the previous one, and it does. Okay, and then C prime, C double prime is here. This final question says it says what are the coordinates of C double prime after this translation? So C double prime is located at 4, -1. One thing I might suggest is that you think about what happens to any polygon if you rotate 90 degrees clockwise or counterclockwise about the origin, and also what happens if you rotate 180 degrees about the origin. So those kind of rotations are important, and this problem didn't have them. It just had the reflection and the translation, but let's not forget the rotations as well. All right, so that's it for question number 8.